She said it while standing at the kitchen counter, scrolling through her phone as if she were checking the weather. He's taking me tonight. No emphasis, no explanation. Just a sentence dropped between the hum of the refrigerator and the faint ticking of the wall clock. I didn't look up immediately. I was rinsing a glass, watching the water bead and run. For a second, I assumed I'd misheard her. We had been distant lately, yes, but not theatrical, not dramatic. I turned off the tap. Who is? She shrugged slightly. Daniel. I told you about the event. He offered to drive. Daniel. The name landed heavier than it should have. A colleague. Someone she'd mentioned a few times. Always casually, always harmlessly. But something about the way she said it, like she was preemptively bracing, made my chest tighten. In another version of myself, I would have laughed it off, said something agreeable, made a joke about traffic. I've always been good at smoothing edges before they cut anyone. Instead, I dried my hands slowly. And you're okay with that? I asked. She finally looked at me. Why wouldn't I be? The answer came to me with unusual clarity. Not anger, not accusation. Just a fact. Because we've been pretending we're fine, I said. And we're not. Her face changed. Not dramatically. Just a small draining of color, like someone dimmed a light behind her eyes. That's not what this is, she said quickly. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe Daniel was just a ride. Maybe I was reading years of quiet resentment into a single sentence. But the truth was simpler and more uncomfortable. I didn't trust my place in my own marriage anymore, and I had helped create that. For years, I mistook silence for maturity. When she canceled plans because work ran late, I adjusted. When she joked about me being too sensitive in front of friends, I smiled. When conversations about our future turned vague, I told myself patience was strength. Every small compromise felt harmless in isolation. Together they had thinned me out. I'm not accusing you of anything, I said. My voice surprised me, steady even. I'm saying I don't feel secure here. And that's on both of us. She crossed her arms. Defensive but uncertain. So what, I can't get a ride to an event? That's not the point. The silence stretched. Then I did something I'd never done before. I reached for my phone. We had a joint transfer scheduled for the next morning, money moving from our shared account toward a down payment fund for a house she'd been excited about. We'd set it up automatically last week. I opened the banking app and canceled it. The confirmation screen glowed between us. Her breath caught. What are you doing? I'm pausing it, I said. Not because of Daniel, because we need to be honest about where we stand before we make bigger commitments. You're overreacting. Maybe, I met her eyes. But I won't keep investing in something I don't understand. It wasn't a threat. It wasn't punishment. It was administrative, procedural, clear. The room felt different after that, less like a shared space, more like neutral ground. She set her phone down. I didn't mean it like that, she said, quieter now. He just offered. It was convenient. I know, I replied. And I did. Or at least, I believed her enough to know this wasn't about catching her in betrayal. It was about realizing how little clarity we had left. What do you want from me? She asked. The old version of me would have said, nothing. It's fine. Go. Have fun. Instead, I took my time. I want to feel chosen, I said. Not assumed. Not managed, chosen. Her expression shifted again, not fear this time, but something closer to recognition. Maybe she hadn't noticed how often she moved independently, how rarely she checked in emotionally. Maybe I hadn't noticed how often I let her. I didn't realize you felt that way, she said. That's part of the problem, I answered gently. I didn't either. Not fully. Another long pause. She looked at the canceled transfer on my screen. So what now? Now we slow down, I said. We don't buy houses. We don't stack obligations. We figure out if we're building something or just maintaining it. And tonight? If you want to go with him, go, I said. But understand that it's not just about transportation. It's about where we are. Her face went pale then, not because I'd forbidden her, but because I hadn't. The control she might have expected, anger, jealousy, demands, wasn't there. Just boundaries. For the first time in a long while, I wasn't trying to win her back or keep her close. I was standing still. She sat down at the table. I don't want this to fall apart, she said. Neither do I. We stayed there in the quiet. The event time approaching like a deadline neither of us wanted to acknowledge. Eventually, she picked up her phone and typed a message. I didn't ask what it said. I told him I'll drive myself, she said. I nodded, not triumphant, not relieved, just steady. That didn't fix us. It didn't erase the months of distance or magically restore trust. But it marked something clear. I wasn't going to dissolve to keep the peace anymore. Later that night, after she left, alone, I reopened the banking app. I didn't reinstate the transfer. Not yet. Growth, I was learning, isn't loud. It doesn't slam doors or deliver speeches. Sometimes it's just the quiet decision to stop pretending you're unbothered. Whether we rebuild or unravel, I don't know. But for the first time in years, I'm not afraid of the answer.